G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a bit of a crystal ball on the Cats 2024 season campaign, their aspirations for who knows what could really lie ahead. A bit of a year of exploration, some young guys being blooded into the side, some older guys in the side, so yeah, there's a few possibilities that definitely could transpire. I do like doing a bit of crystal ball and missed the boat last year. But 2019, I got the prediction smack bang spot on. 2020, well, probably not a great example there because of a COVID-affected year, which happened after my prediction. I didn't predict the pandemic, that's for sure. 2021, I predicted, I think 17-5, and we went 16-6. And funnily enough, I went 17-5 again in 2022, thinking I'd fall egg flat on my face. But for those 2 years, 16-6 in 2021 when I went 17-5, and when I went 17-5 in 2022, we got 18-4. So got one right, and then a couple within the win, or basically one win away either side of it. So I think I've got a reasonable read on it, and hopefully I've got a decent read on this one as well. It's going to be an interesting season, no doubt about that. But without further ado, thank you guys for joining back in again, and good to be back. Let's get stuck into it. Round one is a big one. Basically, less than a week away, depending on when you're watching this, or it may have already transpired, just depending on when you're watching. Geelong, St Kilda. This one's at GMHBA with the new stand. It is going to be very exciting, and can't wait to be amongst this one. I reckon we'll get the win here. I reckon it's going to be so close, though, and Ross, the boss, does not give you too much time and space, that's for sure. And, yeah, I suspect it's going to be an absolute grind. Probably similar to the 2021 Saints game where they jumped out of the blocks and, yeah, it was a real struggle for the whole game. Round two is a bit of a brutal one, straight to Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. I don't think, even at our absolute best, we've been that great over there. And I see Adelaide improving, and I see this one being a really, really tough one to win. So I think, if I'm going purely on mathematics and logic, Adelaide to get the job done in Adelaide, I think they'll be too good. Hawthorn at the MCG last year was a real struggle for a half, and then Cameron went crazy in the second half, or basically for the whole game, really. And yeah, got some contact with the umpire. With fair bit going there, I think Geelong will win this one. Yeah, relatively okay. We've got the Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval. This will be an interesting one. See where the Dogs are at. Gather round. I'll be going to that as well. Very excited. I think we'll win in a close one against the Doggies. North Melbourne at GMHBA Stadium. I'm quite happy to pencil us in for that one, although I don't think it'll be a 10-goal win like it was last time. I suspect North a little bit more competitive this time around. And then round 6 we have Brisbane hosting us over in Brisbane. That's going to be incredibly tough. We saw them lose a game at the Gabba last year, and just look, they're top 4, top 2 for mine. So yeah. And if we're sort of hovering or slightly going up based on how we went last year, still think Brisbane will be far too strong here, and they will win relatively fine, I would suspect. I don't see it being a smashing, but I see somewhat of a comfortable win for Brisbane. And we've got Carlton at the MCG. Again, this is a 50-50 game. We've got them twice. I think we'll win this one in round 7. I may have a different opinion down the track, but we'll get there when we get there. So I think, us in a close one. We haven't played Melbourne at the MCG since 2021, which is quite interesting indeed. And we struggled big time last time we played him there. We've had some really good wins against them at the Cattery, including a very poor loss in the last round of 2021 to give them minor premiership. I think Melbourne will get the win on this occasion, but again, I can see a lot of close games here. Then we've got Port Adelaide. This one will be at GMHBA Stadium in round 9. Pretty good record, I think, from our side there. And Port maybe sort of hanging around that top 8 spot yet again. I think we'll be too good on this occasion. Definitely better than Brews last time we played them. I think it was about a couple of goals in it. And we found a way late, which was good. We've got Gold Coast round 10 facing the Cats, and this one will be at TIO Stadium. They've had some really good records sort of here of late against Adelaide and the Dogs, some excellent wins over there. Damien Hardwick as a coach as well will be definitely a tricky proposition. He's had some good wins on us, unfortunately, for Geelong fans. I think Gold Coast will be too strong here. We've struggled to sort of defeat them interstate, so I reckon the Suns get the job done there. Then we've got the Giants after that in round 11. They've won against us a few times at home of late. I think they've won at least the last 3 clashes. And just based on that alone, they were exceptional last year. I feel like they may get us again in a close one at home. We don't tend to win all of our home games, but there's usually one that might slip through. 2 if we're having not such a great year. 3 if we're having a pretty bad year, which was last year. Then we've got Richmond in round 12 at GMHBA. I'm happy to give us the nod there and get the win. Again, who knows where Richmond will be, but I suspect we won't be losing 3 in a row there. But that does feel like a tough run in sort of that middle rung there. And it doesn't stop because then we've got Sydney. This one will be in Sydney. It was an ugly game last time. It was a draw. And I see them going up an extra level with the recruits that they've got off season. I think they'll win that one. Again, don't expect the margin to be huge. But it just depends. Just depends on what happens. Injuries, it's as Scotty always says, it's not who you play, it's when you play them. Carlton at the MCG. Now, I think Carlton will win this one. I don't think we're bad enough to lose 2 in a row against them in the same season, but I don't think we're good enough to win 2 in a row, so I'm happy to go 1-on-1 split there. Essendon, this one will be at the MCG. I'm happy to go the Cats on that occasion. I think, we've got a really good record against the Bombers. They'll be on the up and coming sides as well. I think we'll be able to get the job done. Should be a big win in round 17, or at least somewhat of a comfortable win against the Hawks, although they did have some pretty handy scalps late in the season in 2023. Expect that is a possibility. I think our record stacks up pretty well at GMHBA Stadium. Not that we've played the Hawks there too often in the last sort of 15, 16 years. Have to wait all the way to round 18 to play the Pies, and hard to go past the Pies on this occasion, especially at the MCG. Not that we'll be playing them at GMHBA anytime soon. I think the Pies will be too strong for us. They've had our measure the last few times, and even when we won against them in 2022 at one of our best seasons of all time, it was 2-goal game and a 6-point game. So, and the ways in which we won those, I wouldn't consider to be sustainable over the long term. So, Collingwood. I reckon we're good enough to get the Dogs again. They got us at GMHBA late last season, but it took them until the final term to get their act together, and we had a lot of kids playing that night, so I was pretty impressed with the first 3 quarters, what we were able to do. So I thought the Dogs were going to win pretty comfortably. They found a way in the end. We ran out of gas, but I reckon we'll win this one. We're then hosting North Melbourne. We are not hosting North Melbourne. North Melbourne are hosting us at Blundstone Arena. Had some decent success down there. Haven't played a lot of games there, though. I reckon we'll win, but it'll be closer than what it would be, say, at GMHBA. We've got Adelaide in round 21. This one will be in Geelong. Adelaide haven't defeated us there since 2003, so it's been a long time. And look, they've had a few games where it's looked threatening. 2012, I remember that being a bit of a scary game. We got out to a big lead. They came back. And then, we basically lifted late in the last quarter and found a way. It was one of my favourite home and away games somehow. And, Adelaide were close last year. Some interesting decisions late from the Crows, but, I reckon we'll be too good. Late in the year, we've got Fremantle at Optus Stadium. So, again, they're pretty tough to beat over there. Their midfield stacked. not a lot of talent on the list, but their midfield bat's pretty deep, and they've given us some dramas at home and away. So I reckon Fremantle are the likely side to win here. St Kilda at Marvel Stadium against us. By golly gosh, this will be tough. I'm going to have to... that's a genuine 50-50. I had a certain amount of wins in mind, and maybe the Saints could be a solid chance here. This is the one I'm having real troubles with, so I will go below. I believe we'll beat West Coast at GMHBA and get the win. And do I think we can beat the Saints? I'll tip a draw. I think we'll, maybe scrape home by a couple of points in this one. But I could just as easily get the points to the Saints in this one. I'd like to think our side looks slightly better on paper, but Ross can make any team somehow good. He finds a way. All right, let's do the count. So I'll just go through the wins. So we've got 1, 2, 3 the Dogs, 4, 5 of the Blues, 6 with Port Adelaide, 7 of the Tigers, 8, 9 with the Hawks, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alrighty, guys. So we've got 23 rounds. I reckon the Cats will come home with 14 wins, 9 losses approximately, and I could make that even 13 and 10. Where will that leave us on the ladder? Well, if I go to the previous ladder, 2023, we had the Giants in 7th, the Saints in 6th, and Carlton in 5th, all with 13, and Carlton with 13.5 wins. So that will likely land Geelong a little bit shy of the top 4, and more than likely, anywhere between 6th and 7th, more likely than not. All right, guys, that's it. That is my prediction for 2024 for the Cats. I reckon 14 and 9 in terms of the overall win-loss tally for the home and away season. Hopefully I'm close to the mark. That would be nice. It would be good to see the Cats back in finals yet again. And, we'll see how that all pans out. So, go Cats. Guys, comment how many wins and losses you reckon the Cats will get in season 2024. Very interested to hear your thoughts and how we'll go in this season. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.